Morning students. Today we are going to learn new poem Fire and Ice. This is Sanjay from English coaching class, and we are going to know about the Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. It's the second poem of class 10th, Fire and Ice. We have the 5 points here to cover in this poem. Point 1 is about the poem. Point number 2 is central idea of the poem. Point number 3 is style, vocabulary, elaboration, analysis. Point number 4 stanzas for comprehension, and the last is question answers discussion. These are the 5 concepts we are going to cover in this poem, Fire and the Ice. So here we start and let us learn togetherly about the fire and the ice. First we have about the poet. We would like to know about the life sketch of the poet. Robert Frost was a famous American poet. He was born in San Francisco on March 26, 1874. His father belonged to New England and his mother was a Scottish immigrant from Edinburgh. By 1920s, Frost was the most celebrated poet in America. His poetical works, A Boy's Will in year 1913, North of Boston in 1914, New Hampshire in year 1923, A Further Range in year 1936, Steeple Bush 1947, and In the Clearing 1962 are his very important writings. Increased his fame and honor. By these writings he became very popular with a great respect. The poem Dust of Snow was published in New Hampshire in 1923. This collection gave him the Pulitzer Prize. Even the Dust of Snow was also been published in year 1923 from New Hampshire. And he also is been called as a Pulitzer Prize award winner. Now we are coming to the next, that is the central idea of the poem. That is the point number 2. Let us know central idea or summary of the fire and the ice. What the symbol fire and ice says here. Fire and ice is an extremely compact little lyric. It is a small song lyric about the fire and ice. Okay, not a syllable is wasted. Not a syllable is wasted. Not a single word is wasted here. Everything is counted and wrote. Okay, and a meaningful. The theme of the poem is the age-old questions. Now, what is the theme of the poem? The heading. It is about the age-old customs. Okay, old traditional thoughts and old lifestyle. The question is whether the world will end in fire or ice. Now, the question is in the mind of the people whether the world will get end with fire or ice. Okay, because there are two continents. One is the European continent and one is the Asian continent. European continent has an extreme ice and snowfall, and Asian continent has a very hot and humid climate. The poet shares the common belief that everything that exists will have its end too. So whatever exists on the earth, one or the other it is going to end. So every living being has an end. Okay. Similarly, the natural things also, whatever are found on the earth, one fine day they are going to end. People are divided on this issue, and so the people are found divided on this issue. They keep on quarreling and discussing on the fire and ice and how the world is going to get over. Others believe that ice will be the cause of this end, and some people on the another continent they say ice is going to kill the world. Ice is going to kill the world. Putting in terms of human emotions, the element of fire stands for passions, desire and love. So now the human emotions are being put in the element of fire, and it tells about standing for passion. Okay, passion, desires and love. Desires and love. The most love we have to somebody, the more the desires we have, and even we are passionate about particular things like a job, etc. This that they put into fire. They make it of a hell. Okay, and things are going to end with the help of fire. So some people believe in that. Unbridled passions and desires can cause the end of the world. So unbridled passions, unending passions with no limitations. Desires, very greedy nature, that is also going to be very harmful for the world to get end with the help of fire. The poet has experienced both these emotions, and the poet has experienced both these emotions. fire as well as ice. It doesn't matter how the world will end. So we don't want to say how the world is going to end. What may be the matter considered here. But the world is going to end, that is sure. Whether it is fire or ice, but it is going to be an end. Even hate born out of cold. Even hate has also born out of cold. And icy reasons is sufficient to cause destruction and the end of the world. And the icy reasons, being mum silent like a cool breeze, is also a cause. Is also a cause to end the world. To end the world. If you keep on tolerating somebody is dictating on you, it means you are showing your weakness. Or you want to avoid by keeping a toleration power. But one fine day you are going to end with it. How many days you are going to tolerate? Up to what extent you are going to tolerate? Is it not? So that is also very harmful. So here both fire and ice are taken in a different aspect, and it says the world is going to end. And these are the views of the people from different continents. So let us know about the poem now. Okay. So this is all about the central idea. Now what is the style of the poem? The style. The little lyric is extremely compact. It is a very small poem, a compact one. Not a single syllable is wasted. Not a single word is wasted. Every word is used here with countingly, economically and meaningfully. The aim is aphorism. The aim is aphorism. It means brevity. Aphorism, brevity. For prose, truth remains ambiguous. For prose, truth remains always true. It is very ambitious. Ambiguous. The question goes unanswered. There are certain questions which are not answered. Every question doesn't have answer. Okay. The subject is highly sublime. So how is the subject? It is highly sublime. The treatment or the language is very simple. The language used in the poem is very simple one. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B A A B C B C B. A B A A B C B C B. So this is about the rhyming scheme. That will come to know in the poem review. So this is all about the style. Let's know about the poem. Some says the world will end in fire. Some says the world will end in fire. Some says in ice. Some says in ice. So some people believe in ice. Ice is going to kill the world, end the world. Some people believe in fire. They say that fire is going to kill the world or end the world. From what I have tested of desire. So you can see AB, fire, desire, ice, fire. Okay. From what I have tasted of desire. I hold with those who favor fire. And I always give the support to the people who say that fire is going to end the world. So he is giving a support to the people who says fire is going to kill the world or end the world. Okay. But if I had to perish twice, perish means destroy. Okay. I think I know enough of hate, and I know enough of hate is being found on the earth. People have very much grudges, hating each other rather than liking of each other or love and affection. To say that for destruction, ice is also great, and if you want to go for destruction, ice is also sufficient. And in the European continent, you can see most of the part of the continent is covered with ice. So the people say ice is going to kill the world. So here on the other side, you see that ice is also enough to kill the world. The poet says, and wood suffice, and that is enough. Ice also to bury the people in the cool frozen breeze and in the snow. This is what he says in these two paragraphs of the small poem. Okay, it is called as a sonnet. A sonnet is a poem which is being only of 16 lines and below 16 lines. This is the poem of hardly 8 lines. Okay. Now let us know the question and answers about the poem. What do some people say? Some people believe that this existing world will end in fire. What do others say? Others believe that in the end this existing world will be frozen to ice, will turn into ice and frozen like a statue. What has the poet tested? The poet has tested the passions and pangs of love and desire. So he has seen the passions and pangs of love and desire. Whom does the poet support? The poet stands with those who believe that this world will end in fire. They support the people who says world will end in fire. Stanza number 2 question answers. What has to perish twice? Answer is the world has to perish twice, once through fire and then through ice. So twice it is going to perish, once by the fire and once by the ice. What does the poet know enough? The poet knows that there is enough of hatred in this world. Enough of hatred in this world. Hatred born. What is also great for destruction? Hatred born of icy reasoning is also great of destruction. So if the hatred is born through icy, cold minds, frozen thoughts, that is also enough for the destructions. What does ice symbolize in these lines? Ice here symbolizes cold reasonings. Okay? Cold reasonings, devoid of all human warmth and feelings, and separating the people or the human being from the warm feelings, from the warm nature, from the warm climate, and making them cool, freeze, and making them like a statue. So that is also enough for the killing or ending the world. This is all about the poem, the fire and ice. Okay? You have come to know about this small poem. In short, we are going to know about what do the metaphors of ice and fire convey to the readers. Now they are metaphor, ice as well as fire. It is a figure of speech. Without ice and without fire, the poem cannot be considered or cannot conclude also. Don't they represent the two extremes of human behavior that can lead to the destruction and death of this world? So both are very much important. Both are going to go for destruction and killing of the world. What is the message that the poet wants to give to the readers? What is the right message the poet wants to give now here? Answer. The poet has touched the universal issue of the ending of this existing world. Okay? So such a big existing world has come to an end with this poem. Okay? And has touched the universal issue, world's issue, with the two symbols, fire and ice. He gives a message as well as a warning to the human beings. So message is also given directly or indirectly, or even warning is given. Man is swaying between two extremes. So man is traveling between the two extremes, fire and ice. Sometimes he is torn by his unbridled fire of passions, desires, lust, longings and fury. This results in greed, avarice and passionate love. All such extremes can lead to unavoidable conflicts and disasters. If not controlled, then they can help in bringing an early end of this world. So if we don't have control on these desires, lust, love, passion, then the world is going to end surely. Because control and limit is very much important. The other extreme behavior of human beings is born out of cold and icy. Let's know about the cold and icy and the other extremes born out of man. When our cold reasoning becomes completely devoid of human warmth, feelings, love and sympathy, it breeds hatred. And we start hating each other. Hatred born out of cold indifference. Due to the cold indifferences, it has been found hatredness. Then, insensitivity and rigidity. Even you can find insensitivity and rigidity is strong enough to cause the end of this world. They are strong enough to cause this world or to end this world. Humanity can redeem itself and possibly save. It can redeem itself and possibly can save or delay the end of the world by giving up such extremes of thinking and behavior. The world. So end of the world by giving up such extremes of thinking and behavior. So such type of thinkings and behavior are to be given up and live a normal life with limitations of wants and desires, passions, humanity, kindness, sympathy, love and affection, fellow feelings. If this is there, things can be automatically controlled because we walk in the limits. It should not go beyond. Okay, too much is too bad. So that's why the people in the cold continent, they consider ice is going to diminish the world, whereas in the hot continent, the people say that fire is going to diminish the world. poet. But all that is depend that the people are traveling from both the extremes. So the message given by the poet, too much is too bad. So these are the thoughts and views which are being given valuably in a small poem. It is a poem hardly of 8 to 10 lines. All meaningful words are there. I hope you might have liked this poem and understood this poem, Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. I request you people to read the poem once again, try to know the new words, make them friendly by making sentences in your own words. Okay. Also go for the notes covering, read them once and enjoy while learning and keep yourself happy and interesting in the literature part. Thank you. See you in the next class. Bye.